Hello, what's up, party people? This is Jam at Peaceful Media. I will explain why I have my compassionate hat on in a few minutes. First, and I'm also going to get into, the whole tech thing. I'm not a tech person. We'll get into that, explore it, gently spank you if you've been saying that, and help you get out of there and talk about what it's costing you, if that's you. But before we do that, if you've been kind of watching Peaceful Media, we're right in the middle of launching one of our first digital courses. And so if you've been in this space, the thought leader space, the teaching online space, the expert space, then you know it's kind of called a product launch in this world, even though there's no real tangible widget like a phone or earbuds or compassion hats. Although this Max behind me, he's the only one that knew how to make these hats because he remembered from elementary school. Elementary school. I was like, how did you learn that, man? He says, elementary school, dude. I'm like, I don't think I remember anything from elementary school, but Max does. So anyways, when you're selling a digital product, it's still called a product launch, and that's what we're doing. That's why you see a wait list for Launch 31 below this video. And I'll share some of the behind the scenes of that, because if you're ever going to go and launch your own course online and do a product launch, there's some things that we've learned in this that you really could benefit from as you go out and do it. So one thing behind the scenes was to immediately ask people to tell us what they wanted. There's whole frameworks around this. There's whole theories and models, and you should ask this question and that question. I just followed my gut and just asked people, hey, what's holding you back? How can we make this the perfect course for you? What would you invest in this? And also a few other questions. We kept this nice and short and sweet, and we just did it in SurveyMonkey, so no cost. I'm showing you the screen here behind the scenes of the analysis. And so as soon as someone opted in for our waitlist, they would get an autoresponder explaining a little bit more about the Launch 31 program. And honestly, the name of the program changed a couple times. I had to go back in there and it's something new now, so depending on when people opted in, they would see a different title because it was a raw exploration of people's needs, which is what a survey should be. So one of the questions we asked was, what has been your biggest technical challenge in the process of launching your online platform? When I say platform, I mean more than just a website. I mean your social media. I mean your email newsletter or email autoresponders. I also mean product launches or how you deliver your content. I talk about blogging. All of this stuff I consider online platform. And so I asked some questions, I asked them to rank all of these things, all these sort of technical challenges that we've seen while working with people for 8+ years at Peaceful Media. And so this gives me a weighted average showing me exactly, on an average basis, this is what people are struggling with technologically. And so you see things like getting a web design that feels like me and my brand. That was number one. Number two was integrating all of my marketing tools to work together. So that would be getting your Squarespace to connect to MailChimp, or if you're on a WordPress site or Weebly or Wix or something like that, it's connecting those opt-in forms, which you've probably heard are very strategically sound to have, so that you can continue connecting with people who just visit your site for the first time and beyond. It's your tribe, it's your audience, it's people who've liked what they've seen on your site and want to learn more from you, right? So integrating the connection between a website and an email marketing system has been number two. Writer's block. I'm just not sure how to articulate my value and distinction in the marketplace. Huge one. huge one. All of these ranked in the top 3 here with a weighted average of 2.12 or higher. And then you get into things like getting the website to look good on iPads and mobile, which is a huge one today. And again, another sort of way of saying getting my opt-in forms to look right. And then further down, editing my website, oops, I broke it again, and selling digital products or services for my website. So this kind of told me that we're working with a lot of beginners, which is exactly what this course was intended to help, that who person. But if you've done any sort of personal development stuff, you know that underneath all the technical challenges typically lies some sort of a psychological barrier. We call it a life challenge. And some of those are truly psychological, like waning motivation or waxing and waning motivation, procrastination. There's sort of like behavioral patterns. And some of them are going to be just circumstances of life. You have a full-time job, and when you get home, you have 4 hours of watching 3 kids so that your wife or husband can take a break, or you're both trying to corral them. And when is there ever any time to work on this side passion pursuit, this business pursuit? So that's a life challenge, a circumstance that really isn't going to go away. And so I ask people to rank, are you pulling your hair out about this, or is it really holding you back, or not a problem at all, or somewhere in the middle? I struggle with it sometimes. And again, people, they were so gracious with all of their feedback. They 70 of our wait list, which is a good over 50%, filled this out and completed the survey, which is awesome, because it just tells me I need to shape this Launch 31 program for these needs, for these challenges. So bright, shiny object syndrome, I get distracted by new ideas, my endless pursuit of perfectionism, procrastination, those were the top ones. Also, don't even know where to begin, not sure if my content's good enough, some bad experiences with other vendors or contractors doing their website. And then this one right here, I'm just not a tech person. So you can see it wasn't the top one, but it is one that I've heard so often. I'll be out there talking around the fire pit or something with somebody that's trying to launch their own business, and I start explaining what's included in Launch 31, and they kind of get a blank stare like, whoa, wow, wow. You lost me, man. I'm just not a tech person. And that's where I got to kind of put on my compassion hat or look at my palms. Be compassionate. Be compassionate. Okay, so I don't go around all day doing that. I did that just for you. But I'm going to be nice about this and not get all, well, shoot, I have 20 years of experience in this field. I'm going to actually help you try to get out of this. So let's talk about the life challenges. These literally, as a pre-launch, all that information turned into our offer video, our sales video for Launch 31. I created sort of personifications out of each of those top challenges. And these were the life challenges. Here we got the beginner bird. Okay. We've got the procrastination turtle. I'll get there someday. We've got the bright shiny object squirrel, who's always buying whatever comes across their inbox because I'm sure it'll be relevant someday. Then we got the motivation seesaw bear, the Shakespearean, to be or not to be. They can't decide if they really want to go for this. We've got the budget sensitive monkey who's telling people they're eating their banana, but in reality they're eating their own tail. So they're kind of skimming over the reality of, or the truth of it. It's because I don't have the money. I think in the offer video, we expose that it's really not about budget, because there's so many people who've gone out and made a difference and built a huge brand that makes a ton of money with free stuff out there. we kind of point back to this one right here, the motivation seesaw bear. And then in the course, we talk about, like right in the welcome video, we talk about the perfectionist raccoon. Thanks to my man Ben over here, who introduced me to the raccoon who will never stop washing its hands because it never feels like it's clean enough. And that holds a ton of people back from actually putting anything out into the market or into the public because it's just not 11 out of 10 yet. It's not possible, man. So we do some coaching around that. But then when we get down into the technical challenges, and by the way, going back to this survey, we asked both a quantitative style of question as well as left and other and said, post your questions. What did we miss? How does it feel? And in here, you can see, and finding time to do it all while having a family, working another job, keeping healthy, etc. I feel like I'm better equipped to do the sales stuff, but I just don't have a website yet. Just looking to get a good site, fully functional ASAP. Some of these were sort of vague. Some of them got really specific about what they've tried and where they've fallen flat. So, but nevertheless, if you're doing a launch, or even if you're just trying to get to know your tribe and create a loyal audience with your tribe, then you're probably going to want to drop a survey in to your autoresponders, or just simply put a survey button on your website so that people can tell you how they describe their challenges. How they describe challenges, not the way you describe their challenges. Because when you know what they're thinking and what they're struggling with in their own words, you basically have marketing copy. You basically have the speech that connects with people as they decide which solution they want to go with. They're going to go with the one that resonates with their mental, right? The voice inside their heads is the most comfy, cozy voice in the world. They're really comfortable and familiar with that one. And if you're using the same language, then you're likely to create resonance. So survey your people, get to know how they say this stuff. That's the big takeaway for a launch. Now, what do we do with the technical challenges? So like I said, integrating marketing tools was one of the top ones, and it was said in a couple different ways. So when you put both of those together, those two answer options together, this was probably closer to a 3 than a 2 point whatever it was. See you, Ben? Yeah. He's the raccoon master. So integrating marketing tools. I want to show you, this is what we teach in Launch 31, but I want to show you how easy this has become, particularly if you have a blueprint in front of you, someone just showing you step by step. And I want you to ask yourself, if you're the person that says, I'm just not a tech person, just ask yourself, could you do what I'm about to show you? Okay? So I realized, so this is Squarespace, and Squarespace integrates with MailChimp. MailChimp is an email marketing tool, if you're not familiar with this. So if you get newsletters in your inbox or autoresponders in your inbox, those are usually coming from an email marketing service. There's lots of them out there. MailChimp is one of the most familiar and sort of budget conscious, and it integrates with a lot of things, including Squarespace. So when I saw how easy it is to do these things on Squarespace, I decided that the course needs to be wrapped around this tool. For less than $100 per year from Squarespace, you're getting a domain, hosting, a phenomenal site builder, ongoing maintenance of your site, security, and 24/7 support. Are you kidding me? For less than $100 per year, that you couldn't even go get good hosting for that much money per year. So this is a tool that I've adopted for people who are getting started. For all of our people who are doing super custom stuff, we need a more flexible tool. And that's where we would grab a WordPress for Brendan Burchard or Jeff Walker, or the people who are really doing massive 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure businesses. we need sky's the limit customization. But for most people, this can take them into 6 figures. This could even take someone to 7 figures. I really believe in the platform. That's why I wanted to teach every nut and bolt and nuance and within this tool, and how to strategically use it from the marketing end of things. So, all that aside, we want to talk about integrating a marketing tool, right? So, I'm on a landing page. I'm going to go back out here to, remember, we're on the back end of Squarespace. This is what it would look like on the front end, okay? So, I'm on let's go actually back to the beginning. So I'm back at the home page of my back end. You see over here on the left. I click on pages, and actually let's go all the way out here to show you what this site looks like. And it's on thoughtleader.website. Kind of a funky URL. It's not HTTPS. There we go. So it's on thoughtleader.website. And the page I'm going to show you that we're editing is a landing page where I'm offering for this fictional brand called Thought Leader free coaching. And let's say I do own the site, but let's just say this is a legitimate site, you own it, and you want to go, but you're tech phobic, but you really want to be able to manage your own brand so that you don't have to manage your own brand site, so that you don't have to call a web developer every time you want to go change a line of text. So I'm going to show you how difficult this is by getting back into that back end real quick. Okay, so we see pages on the left. You can see right here, free coaching. Let's go edit that page. I can also get to that over here, free coaching. Now, anything I want to edit, I just hover over it and click edit heading. Get your free on is probably the worst opt-in landing page headline ever created by mankind or womankind or animal kind or anywhere. So let's change that to get your free coaching session. Was that hard? Nope, not at all. I think anybody could do what I just did right there, especially if you're following a step-by-step blueprint, which again we've created in Launch 31. I'm going to tell you some other options if you don't want to take Launch 31, other options for how you could learn how to do this or just learn how to get to this page so that you can make these simple edits within your Squarespace site. But this is all about integrating a marketing tool, right? So that's one piece, is being able to edit the text. I can edit also, let's save that change. So save. Okay, now I want to edit the imagery. Remember that whole pain point about I'm having a really hard time getting a site that looks like me and my brand? Let's say, you know what? I'm not really all about this sitting on the top of mountains, you know, meditating and talking to the Sedona spirits. Let's say I'm more into some old Bob Dylan. And I want some of that Bob Dylan in the background of my opt-in page. And I want it to go about 0.5x, half speed. And then I'm going to upload a fallback image when it's pulled up in mobile devices. And so I would click add an image, and I'll give you a little preview of one of the critters coming up. Okay, so now if someone comes up, as you might know, if you're on an iPhone or even Android, you pull up a browser, and if it's got video playing in the background, then it needs to fall back to an image. So Squarespace makes that really simple for you by just giving you that place to upload your image. Squarespace is also integrated with Getty Images, which is probably the highest end stock photography place you can get stock photography. And it's only $10 per photo. And if you've ever done this on your own website and you try to go buy stock photography, that's definitely, for a premium photography, that's definitely on the cheaper end. In fact, let me just show you that real quick since we're talking about integrations. I don't want my roly-poly hedgehog techophobe. Oh, my compassion hat was hurting. I'm going to add an image. This one does not. Sorry, this one does not integrate with Getty. You'd have to go buy it from Getty. But every other place on this site, actually, it's so weird. Every other place on the site you can go and get it from Getty. I guess it kind of makes sense for a fallback image because you probably want something related to the video. Like on Brendan.com, on that site, we just grabbed the first, like a really cool black and white shot of Brendan up on stage doing this. And when someone pulls up on mobile, instead of the nice background YouTube video of the montage of him with Oprah and all these other people, Larry King and so forth, it's a nice image of him. So it was actually pulled from the video. So that's probably why they're not saying, hey, you probably want to grab something from Getty. No, you'd want something that's related to what you just put on your video. So I just completely changed the essence and brand and the feeling, and this is all mobile friendly, right? Squarespace made this really simple for me. Would you agree? So, and if I want to go back to images, this is where I can probably get into Getty. Yep, totally. So why don't I show you that real quick? Getty. Now I can search for, I can choose one of these cool ones. That's actually really nice. I can also choose, let's say I want Bob. I want a singer. Search. And this is completely integrated. I'm one click, maybe 2 clicks away from purchasing any of these stock images, beautiful stock images, for $10. Flat fee for each of these images. Really, really powerful. So I preview it on my site. Like this is incredible. If you've ever done, we've done a lot of websites here. This feature is insane to me. Like, I don't know how they pulled this off. I can see a preview image of that Getty image. I can switch back. I can have them fade in and back and forth between the two. If I wanted a whole slideshow of nice images, I can just add them in here and it'll automatically fade back and forth. That's pretty damn cool. And if I don't want both of them, I just delete it. So it looks like I'm not going to go forward with my my Getty image. I don't want to pay $10. I'm a cheap guy. So let's just save or actually cancel what I was doing there. But before I do that, let's talk about how I would edit and get this integrated. It all goes back to integration. So edit, I hover over this. You'll actually see all these options over here, action. But I can also just edit, custom form. And here, again, there's a hole in the Launch 31. This would land on, let's see, Squarespace, MailChimp. This day right here, automate your marketing. Automate your marketing. So this would be a page, a day, or a module basically focused 100% on setting up your MailChimp with Squarespace so that your leads, as they fill out this form, they go inside your MailChimp database, therefore making it easy for you to go and send a newsletter. So let's check this out in Squarespace. Okay, so actually let me show you what happens when I click this. See that beautiful overlay? Dropped in, got my headline here, claim your free life coaching session below. All the forms fields are right here. This is not a traditional opt-in form that only asks for name and email, because I need to be able to contact this person by phone. And also I'd like some information before I hop on a 30-minute free discovery coaching call with them. So I want to get some details about this person, right? So now I edit this form. I can change all those fields. I can create new fields. And there's 3 places I can store this. One, I can send it to myself as an email. That's handy. I'd probably do all 3 of these, honestly. 2, I have an integration with Google Drive. And if you're not on Google Drive for your business, then catch up, So Google Drive has all the Microsoft Word tools that you're used to, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, all these things in the cloud, in very, very accessible from anywhere kind of file system, right? Google Drive, it'll save your life or make your life a lot better. So anyways, I want to add that lead, that information that they're putting into that form, into a Google Sheet, which would look like one of these, right? A Google Sheet. Probably shouldn't have shown that. I will edit that. Just kidding. Okay, so Bob, come back over here. Lost my sense. Okay, so Thought Leader on Squarespace, it created a new Google Sheet for me, integrated that with my Google Apps, and now I'll have a safe place to have all of those leads. And then if I want to do some sort of process control on that spreadsheet, I can create some new columns for, oh, hey, I reached out to this person, left a voicemail, or hey, I had the coaching call. They're thinking about upgrading to our bigger coaching packages or whatever. You keep your notes. So that's really handy. But then also the MailChimp piece. This is by default. This is nothing like I customized Squarespace or anything like that. This MailChimp, all these 3 things come out of the box with Squarespace. All I did in MailChimp was sync my MailChimp once. Now it's connected. If I ever choose this, it'll ask me which list do you want to add this person to. And so that's where this comes into play. Thought Leader Inc., that's the list. There you go. Thought Leader Inc., that's the one that's chosen. Cool? So that wasn't real difficult, right? I can also send them I changed my submit button on that form, and I can give them a post submit message, which means it's a notification, hey, we've received your information and here's what to expect next. So not bad, right? Not bad. Now I understand that, I didn't talk anything about what you do with that lead that came into MailChimp, but that's why in Launch 31 we provide a whole MailChimp template of all your marketing email templates, as well as a blueprint for each of those 7 elements, getting them inside of MailChimp with you. It's all taught online, it's all DIY, but we've done this enough to know exactly how you need to do it and the sequence in which you need to do it. And that's the value of following an expert blueprint. Okay, so let's go back over here to my slides. I'm probably totally behind. So I talked about this one, getting a website that feels like me and my brand. We looked at how easy it is to modify one of those things. It's really no different. I could show you any of these pages. That was just one. We could go over here to the coaching page. Let's say I am not feeling this headline. We challenge you to become more. I hover over it, just like on that other page. I press edit. And now I'm in editing, just like I would in a Word doc or an email. I have my whole toolbar here for selecting, is it a heading 1? Is it bolded? Is it italicized? Is it linked to something? We challenge you to become more and make become more and love yourself a lot. Another amazing headline. I'd save that. I just published that to my website. If I were to go to thoughtleader.website right now, that's what would be showing. Scary? Not really, because you decide when you want to press save. You can also cancel. Oh, but what about that video down there? How did I do that? Let's go grab that Bob Dylan and go in here and edit the page content. I click edit. You can add a little line there, but I want to edit this video. I hover over it, I press edit, and you see this little place, video URL. I can drop in a YouTube URL, I can drop in a Vimeo URL, and for those of you who are brand new to this, Control C on a Windows, that copies this URL. On a Mac, I think it's Command C, and then to paste it, it's Control V on your keyboard. And I think Command V, I'm not on a Mac. So let's go back over here and replace this, Control V. Sorry if I'm going slow for the people who really know what they're doing. I can add a custom thumbnail. In this case, I don't want to. I press apply. I know it's a little bit off the screen, but I pressed apply. And there you go. I've got my video. Same thing can happen anywhere here. This is a button. It's super easy to add buttons. I can add all these elements by just hovering, adding, and again, we'll go much more in depth in this in Launch 31 so that you can get exactly what all these little things I'm hovering over mean, so that this is truly strategic and has the right placement and mobile friendliness as things start getting really narrow and small, right? That's the problem with old school websites. You land there and it's like, oh, okay, that's what it says there. Where's the navigation? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a drop-down menu, but I can't. Leave. Who wants to deal with that anymore? And 75% of your traffic may be coming from mobile. If you have a website and it's not mobile friendly, you're probably speaking to about 25% of your people. Maybe a third if you got the old school desktop peeps. So I'm going to cancel that because we use this as a demo site in the course. I'm going to cancel this, discard all the changes, and we're all good to go. Okay? So that's Squarespace. That's why I'm really excited that they've made it super easy. And again, it's very affordable. This is a DIY's paradise. When you get a chance to watch the Launch 31 offer video, you'll hear why I got so inspired to make this available and do a whole course around these tools. I think it's revolutionized the game and helped, and really focusing on helping small businesses or big businesses go out and look sharp and start marketing strategically. Okay, so then we get into this new critter. This is the first reveal of this critter. Thank you, Maggie Hudson, for helping me brainstorm this one. This is the roly-poly hedgehog technophobe. Techphobe. Let me get that straight. It's our roly-poly hedgehog techphobe. And so this person has decided, maybe this is you, has decided, I'm not techie, so I'm not going to learn. I'm not a tech person, so I can't build my own website. I don't do tech. Tech doesn't do me. So I'm going to hire someone else to do it. That's so great. If you got a bunch of money and you can hire someone to do all of this really well, then we welcome you over at Peaceful Media to go out, fill out our contact form. It's with us, it's no less than a $10,000 journey to get a custom website built for you. But if you're the type that needs to be budget conscious, and not just that, you want to actually own your tech, as Brendan Burchard would teach all the time at Experts Academy. Own your technology so that you're not stuck behind someone else's timetable. You're not stuck behind someone else's invoice for the unknowns that they'll need to go through to make whatever you think is easy happen on your website. Learn how to do this stuff. And that's a little bit of preaching for you, but it's going to get even more preachy. So that's why I got my compassion hat on, and I'm being compassionate, I hope. So the roly-poly has got this really soft underbelly, a roly-poly hedgehog tech phobe. Underneath, it's all nice and cuddly, and it turns over and just allows and gets vulnerable and says, okay, you know what? I don't have a great history with technology, but I'm willing to step into a new version of myself. Okay, you know what? In the past, computers have shut down because I touched them, but you know, technology's probably gotten a lot easier these days, so I'll give it another shot. Or I've tried this before in fetal position. I get so frustrated. And then not talking to anybody, or like asking questions, or just giving up completely. But I was that person, but you know what? I'm going to get on my feet, be an adult, and like go use my brain a little bit. Go like adapt a little bit. I'm going to create some new neural pathways in my brain. And maybe as a side benefit, besides this new website and online marketing platform and an online business that looks great in mobile, I'll also help myself avoid some Alzheimer's. Yes! Double score, right? Don't let your kids have to watch over you. So I brought up Bob Dylan. Great quote in this song. I'm actually going to play a little clip for you. That same clip. I'll skip ahead a little bit.
Darkness at the break of noon, shadows even the silver spoon, the handmade blade, the child's balloon, eclipses both the sun and moon. To understand you know too soon, there's no sense in trying. As pointed threats they bluff with scorn, suicide remarks are torn from the fool's gold mouthpiece. The hollow horn plays wasted words, proves to warn that he not busy being born is busy dying.
Bob Dylan was onto something. He, not busy being born, is busy dying. If that doesn't make sense yet, if you're not adding new things into your mind, if you're not creating, if you're not willing to become something more and rebirth yourself as a new version of yourself and a new version of this up here, then you might be dying. There's nothing in nature alive that's completely static. It's either living or dying. So that's my compassionate way of saying, get over it. Get over it. Get over stop saying, please, just stop saying, I'm just not a tech person. Or if you need to say that in order to like address your past. You know how it is to go to a party or have a friend who all they talk about is their past? Be that person and then throw a but or an end. I was not a tech person in the past, and I'm birthing something new. I'm being a new me. I'm gonna get into this. I'm getting into this tech stuff, and I'll find my way. Show yourself a little bit of confidence and courage and self-belief and hope. Can I get an amen for that? Thank you. Amen. Okay. Now, it wasn't just Bob Dylan. There's a lot of other people who are speaking to this. One of the quotes from Tony Robbins in my absolute motivation morning sometimes, as I hear this quote, I love it. The number one trait of successful people isn't money, nor talent. It should be a nor. It's resourcefulness. It's the willingness and ability to find the resources. If you want it bad enough, and that's going to be the question, if you want it bad enough, then you will find a way. He calls it burning your bridges, getting on the boat to the island and burning the bridges back. So resourcefulness, try it out, and I'll give you some tools. I'll give you a head start on some tools that'll help you find the answers you need to get over any unknowns in tech, to find great support, to find great education and learning opportunities. I love Udemy. Own your future by learning new skills online. That's one of their taglines. What course will your life take? When I got serious, let me give you a little story here. When I got serious about teaching a course in Squarespace, because I was watching my friend build a website, who's an attorney. She has no experience whatsoever in setting up online technology, and yet she was doing it. So I was watching over her shoulder and going, my goodness, that Squarespace looks like just the answer our clients need who cannot afford the 10K custom websites that we do. 10K on the bottom end. So I hopped over to Udemy. This is exactly what I did. Squarespace. And I found 4 courses there. I think I narrowed it down to free. And I took, I don't know if it was this course. Could be.
Hello there, my name is...
Nope, not that guy. Maybe my guy started charging a little bit of money for it. I think I would have left. Oh, here he is. He started charging some money for it. Okay, this was free before. But for $24, you can go learn how to do your own website on Squarespace. I got in when it was cheap. So if you're resourceful and you want to spend, it looks like there were, how many, there's 5 hours of video, 57 lectures. I watched them and I learned how to build a Squarespace site, and that's the result of, where this website came from. I just started building. Okay, so if you don't have the money or time I don't know. If you don't have the money to invest in Launch 31 and get like my guidance and blueprint and marketing strategy and all the bonuses we're throwing on top of that and MailChimp help, then go over to Udemy and just start searching for the course that's going to help you overcome your tech stuff. MailChimp. Okay, here we go. Step by step, in depth. MailChimp tutorial. MailChimp for successful email marketing and list building. MailChimp for free. Goodness. There's one free one again. So it really should be no obstacle there. Just go become a member of Udemy and get free and very cheap, inexpensive courses. They're actually very excellent courses. Okay. Your next resource. This quote is from google.com. If we don't provide quality answers to quality searches, then we're busy dying too. So I couldn't find, I was like, thought I saw that on google.com, but they must have removed it. They're always changing their thing here. Anyways, I'm pretty sure they said it at one point. Maybe not. Maybe I should remove those quotes. I don't want to deal with Google's legal team. Okay, so their responsibility, their raison d'etre, if you will, is to give you quality answers to your searches. Now, sometimes you don't know what to even ask, and I totally get that. That's the beginner bird. That's the what? You're new to the game. So God bless you, and join our course. We're gonna teach you exactly which questions to ask, and we'll give you the answers right there. But if you have been doing this stuff, then you should know by now that Google's really good at giving answers. And it's really frustrating for anybody teaching courses online when everyone thinks that the teacher's going to answer every single question underneath the sun because, damn it, I paid $9.97 for this. Give me my damn answers. That's not their job. Their job is to teach what has worked for them and make it palatable. They're not responsible for teaching a 1,000-hour course on how to build an opt-in list or an email list, right? So I got my compassion hat on. Thank you for the reminder, compassion hat. So some of that is on your shoulders as a student, and you'll always be a student. It doesn't matter how big you get. It doesn't matter how big you get or how much money you're making. You will always be a student, and that's what makes you successful. Okay. So, I could show you like Google, go and Google Squarespace tutorials or hop on YouTube. They have lots of great look over the shoulder DIY videos for you. But let's say if you wanted to have support from me, my team, and a bunch of really cool business owners who are launching together, we've put together Launch 31. It's your fast action website blueprint. It says Launch 31 because there are 31 steps of implementation. It's actually a 45-day course. So in 45 days, you go live with your website. The 14 days prior to this are all pre-31 prep steps. And that's really all about getting your content strategically right. So like we've designed a whole 11-page content blueprint that shows you the 11 pages you really need to have. So if I'm looking at Squarespace here, the 11 pages you really need to have. Some of them sit behind the scenes, some of them are out front and center, and we'll show you those 11 pages that you need to have, but also guide you across the entire process of writing the content that goes on those pages. And we use this demo site, not that everyone's in a coaching or life coaching business, but we make some assumptions that you want to market well, right? So we help you craft your unique selling proposition or explicit value declaration, as we call it here. We help you understand what each of these sections are on a homepage and why they're there. We help you understand what these 3 callouts are and why you should have them and how you should approach them and write them, where they would click through to, etc., etc. Every page of that 11-page content blueprint is necessary if you are looking to monetize online. You could probably take a couple pages out if you have no interest in ever monetizing and you just want to build an email list and get your message out there. Okay, so this also includes a blog. I think we might even go into a little bit about blogging. If we don't in that 11-page content blueprint, then we certainly do in the bonus that's given to people who sign up for Launch 31 in this upcoming launch. Okay, so also included the MailChimp blueprint. Let's go back over here. The MailChimp blueprint, the Squarespace blueprint, 11-page content blueprint, this launch calendar document, a couple other documents we'll have you print out immediately as soon as you get inside the membership community, a private Facebook group, marketing templates, plus some help on how you would go and create great lead capture magnets or lead generation magnets. And what would that be? So you saw the free coaching one, but what about the big 5? This is another opt-in page inside this thoughtleader.website. The big 5, so this is a life balance resource guide that we put together as a template for you, but I'll also teach you how to create really sexy looking documents like this using Canva, a free online tool that can pretty much create everything in terms of documents, flyers, presentations, social media. Really a great resource, and I'm excited to show you how you can use it to easily create these nice looking professional lead capture magnets. That's not something that's probably taught in the free or under $50 courses. I didn't see anything like that anyways. So we'll also, within that MailChimp template, we'll teach you how to deliver that with your email autoresponder series. So we got you covered on all those levels. Squarespace, I should point this out. Squarespace also does do e-commerce. They have two different plans, a pro and a basic. And pro is going to give you like the full gamut of e-commerce. Basic, I think you can offer one product with variations of that product. We do help you integrate Stripe so that you can accept credit cards down the road, but I am not sure yet if we're going to include the whole I think it's only like 3 more steps to actually sell a product online. I'll be honest with you, I think I'm going to release that to people. It's not on here because I at least want you to go live within 31 days of implementation with a blog with all 11 pages dialed in, well written, and email list and email LGM, your lead generation magnet delivery. So that's a lot for 31 days. And then I'll likely after that, after you've launched this, we'll add in how you can start accepting credit cards. I've already created the intros to those modules, so that's a sneak peek of surprise and delight. I wanted you to have all you needed to go and sell something online, and so we'll go ahead and give that to you too. Okay. Did I mention there's a private Facebook group? That's really important. That's going to help with all these challenges that we've listed above, both the life challenges and the technical challenges. We'll be in that support group in Facebook, communicating with you, rallying you, congratulating you. We ask that as soon as you push something really exciting up to your website, you share it with the group. You're also going to share why you're doing this with the group so that we can all just see each other doing it, and believe in each other and be compassionate with each other when we run into any of our obstacles. God, this is really good. I should sell these. Okay, it really boils down to 2 things: expert blueprint and community. And those, again, are not things you're going to find in the Udemy courses or YouTube's. You're kind of doing it yourself on the hardcore do-it-yourself. This is DIY, but we're guiding you every step of the way. Every step has been considered, sequenced strategically in the Launch 31, your fast action website blueprint. That's why I think this course is exactly what the industry needed. We've been doing the 10 to 50 to 100K websites at Peaceful Media. We've had nothing for people who are really getting going and need some hands-on but DIY training. So this is our answer, Launch 31. Your only way to get into this really is to get on our email list. And if you want first dibs on Launch 31 as we launch it, then you'll want to go below this video and fill out the waitlist opt-in form. You'll immediately get that survey, and it'll look a lot like this, but a little cleaner looking. I'll show it to you real quick. Original view. I can't remember where that is. But anyways, you'll be able to see that survey and submit your feedback so that we can continue to make this course better and better. If you're watching this in June 2016, we are launching this as a beta to make sure that we're delivering everything that you really need, and tweak and poke at things and make it better and better and better. But this will be limited to 99 people. That's why you want to get on the wait list, because you will have 48 hours notice before everyone else on our list and before we do Facebook ads and everything else to drive traffic to this offer. The wait list will have that first access, and it's only the first 99 that get in. If you're watching this after June 2016, then likely this is available to you right now. And the opt-in form below will probably be swapped out for something like, get some valuable training so that we can eventually show you the solution, which is Launch 31. Okay, so that's a lot of talking for one day. I've been shooting a lot of course modules today, welcome videos, etc., getting everything up into our portal and ready for students. So I'm very excited. I'm Jam at Peaceful Media. I'm very excited to see you in Launch 31 if this is right for you. Hopefully, I've given you something that'll help you shift that paradigm that you're not a tech person, because it is costing you a lot of success and a lot of credibility, honestly. I don't believe it when people say, I'm not a tech person, because it's simply not true. None of us are tech persons, if we want to be honest. None of us were tech persons when we were young. We all at certain points in our lives have to decide, what do we want to become? What will we sacrifice in order to get what we want, right? So you have to be willing to give up that statement and that self-belief, and honestly, that self-created ceiling for your business growth or your dream website growth or your dream business growth. You have to be willing to remove that ceiling and say, I am finding something new. I am not willing to die on the stem. I want to be born in all sorts of new ways in every single moment of life, every single day. Create, learn, grow, and you will thrive. All right? So I'm Jam at Peaceful Media. Remember, if I don't see you again, remember to love more, play more, and do more good. Love y'all.